It's probably really loud. Should probably turn that down a little bit. I'm just gonna like probably sit here just listen to the music for forever. Like this alone is like dragging me back. Oh, do 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 do. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. So I'm just kind of lost in the music. I regret nothing. I got one more thing I gotta post, and then I can start. I should probably, but I don't care enough. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and also post to Twitter, even though I really don't care. Hello. Do 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 do. That was really loud. All right. New game. Each event is preceded by prophecy, but without the hero, there is no event. The waning years of the third year of Tamriel, a prisoner born on a certain day to uncertain parents, was sent unto God. This is really, I don't know, this is loud to everyone else. It's loud to me.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison. First by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Oh, it's on top chat. That's why I'm not freaking reading anything.
We're here.
Oh, dang it. No, okay.
There you go.
Hey, one
You
second.
were dreaming. What's your name?
Not top chat. I want live chat. Thank you. Alright. How do I mute? Alright, there we go. That should quiet that. Alright. There we go. Return. Alright, my name. We're gonna go generic. Haha.
Last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go.
My childhood.
Here comes the guard.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
You better do what they say.
Bye, Jube. Bye, buddy. Thank you for being nice to me, Jube. I'm coming, I'm coming. Oh no, I'm still hearing Gilded. I apologize if you guys hear a pop 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 randomly. Let me go ahead and actually just exit out of Gilded. No, yes, thank you. My PC is protected. Quit. There we go.
Get yourself up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
No, I'll do what I want.
The sooner you leave, the sooner we can move on.
Yeah, okay, guard, fine. Alright, so that's auto move. Okay, space. I'm used to using this with the... Way back in the day, I played Morrowind on Xbox, I think? Yeah, the original Xbox.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Alright. Do. So being a male dark elf is like this, but yeah. Argonian's fun. Mostly because that water breathing right there. Mwah, that is such a broken skill. Plus immune to poison. But also that bonus to Bowman is really good too with the Wood Elf. I think I'm probably going to do Argonian again. Just because these three skills right here are the most broken skills in the game.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll fit right in with all the racist Dunmer. Oh, the Netch. I hear the Netch calling. You don't understand what this means to me, Imperial soldier. Yes.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially
You can actually join
released.
the actual and do
There are a few
Imperial
ways we can do this, and
army
the choice
stuff in this
is
one.
yours.
Alright, we are going... Pick info is the best, but answering his question is the most fun. So we're going to answer his question, and then I'll probably edit the class.
On a clear day, you chance upon a strange animal. Its leg trapped in a hunter's claw snare. Judging from the bleeding, it will not survive long. What do you do?
I'm gonna draw my dagger and end its life. There's no reason to let an animal suffer.
One summer afternoon, your father gives you a choice of chores. What would you rather do?
Oh, heck yeah, work at the forge.
Your cousin has given you a very embarrassing nickname, and even worse, likes to call you it in front of your friends. You have asked him to stop, but he finds it very amusing to watch you blush. What do you do?
Okay, I'm very violent, especially as a kid. I was very violent. But let's take that negative nickname and turn it into a badge of honor.
There is a lot of heated discussion at the local tavern over a group of people called telepaths. They've been hired by certain city-state kings. Rumor has it these telepaths read a person's mind and tell their lord whether a follower is telling the truth or not. You believe what?
Yeah, a person's thoughts are his own. No one, not even a king, has the rights to make such an invasion into another human's mind.
Your mother sends you to the market with a list of goods to buy. After you finish, you find that by mistake a shopkeeper has given you too much money back in exchange for one of the items. What do you do?
So, the benefits of actually returning the money to the storekeeper is going to put you in the storekeeper's good graces, especially if you repeatedly see them. And is going to probably cause him to make you nicer deals in the future. So I'm definitely going with this one.
While in a marketplace, you witness a thief cut a purse from a noble. Even as he does so, the noble notices and calls for the city guards. In his haste to get away, the thief drops the purse near you. Surprisingly, no one seems to notice the bag of coins at your feet. What do you do?
I'd probably leave the bag there, because if it's one of the Thieves Guild things, they're just going to come back after me and get the money back anyways. I'm not involved.
Your father sends you on a task which you loathe, cleaning the stables. On the way there, pitchfork in hand, you run into your friend from the homestead near your own. He offers to do it for you, in return for a future favor of his choosing. What do you do?
The helping with a task is probably the better one, because declining an offer, yes, it's good not to be in debt. It is very good not to be in debt. Debt is a form of slavery. Accepting his offer, yeah, you get out of doing this, but who knows what you're going to be doing in the future. Especially for an unknown favor of his choosing. So let's do this, and I'll help you with that later.
Your mother asks you to help fix the stove. While you're working, a very hot pipe slips its moorings and falls towards her. What do you do?
I've done this before, and I've actually grabbed the hot pipe, and it hurt like heck. I did it on accident, so there's no... It was a thing. It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot.
While in town, the baker gives you a sweet roll. Delighted, you
Yes,
leave
Bethesda's
the
always had a
valley
thing.
to
Well,
enjoy
this is pre-Bethesda.
intercepted
But
by
Elder
a
Scrolls
gang
has
of
always had a
clever
thing with
kids
sweet
your
rolls.
age. The leader demands the sweet roll, or else he and his friends will beat you and take it. What do you do?
I eat the freaking... I would actually just eat the sweet roll.
Entering town, you find that you are witness to a very well-dressed man running from a crowd. He screams to you for help. The crowd behind him seems very angry. What do you do?
Best thing to do would actually be to try and calm everyone down. That's not always very helpful. but all right, I'm an archer.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
Now this is, I think, the steed. I'm gonna go with the steed. Steed is very helpful in Morrowind.
Now, before I stamp these
At least to my
papers,
opinion.
make sure this information is correct.
Now, I can technically claim... Let's take a look. So, like, my major skills: marksman, long blade, block, athletics, light armor. Nope. Alright, so let's change. Create a custom class. Mostly because I know what I'm doing. I'm being a cheeky man right now. Okay. Just because how hard magic is for me. Although this one, luck. We're gonna go with endurance. Alright, major skills. These are the ones I believe you use to level up. So we're gonna go speechcraft. So we're still gonna do armor just because that one levels up really slowly. Blunt. I'm basically going with things I don't use very often. I love spear. Although it could be entirely different than what I remember. At which point, I am totally effing everything up and don't copy me.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
Yay! I now have an inventory, which means
Go to the next building and talk to Salasgravius.
I can now freaking steal everything they've got. Mine. Oh wait, I can just take all. Ha ha ha! Cool book, mine. Yoink. Yoink, 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 yoink. Yoink, yoink. Oh, I don't have a lockpick yet. Oh, wait, I do. Yoink, 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 yoink. Alright. Inventory. Some mouse 3. Okay, there we go. Alright. Alright, how do I draw a weapon again? Use space. No, mouse 1, ready. Ready weapon is F. Yay! There we go. Now I've taken... Oh, it switched. Now I'm painting. Oh, a lot of things switched. Oh, here, let me fix that. Oh, yes, what are you doing? There we go. Now, why am I in the paint mode? They're both in the paint mode. What? Stop it. There we go. You saw nothing. Ooh, nice. Great ring of healing. Yes, Argonians and Khajiits cannot wear shoes. First, let me take your identification papers. Thank you, yes. Word of your arrival only reached me yesterday. I am Celius Gravius, but my background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. I am Celius Gravius, and Knight-Errant of the Imperial Legion. That's crazy. Get lost. Oh, he doesn't like me now. What about... Nope. Doesn't like... Oh, you are pathetic. Yeah, he doesn't like me anymore. Okay. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why you were released from prison and shipped here. But your authorization comes directly from Emperor Aurelius Septim, the 7th himself. And I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are a free man. But before you go, I have instructions on your duties. Instructions from the Emperor, so pay careful attention. Yes, you really attempt to steal the Emperor. According to my instructions, he personally authorized your release from prison and your delivery here. It's all very mysterious, but that's the way the Empire works. Silent secrecy. Let not the left hand know what the right hand is doing. Yes, of course, this is the Empire. This is Vardenfall district of the province of Morrowind, and Morrowind has been part of the Empire for over 400 years. The current Emperor is Yril Septim, 24th of the Septim line. You haven't been in prison that long, have you? Well, nothing wrong with your head, is there? The men said you were acting a little strange when they brought you in from the ship. Yes, this package came with the news of your arrival. You are taken to Carius Cussids in the town of Bulmore. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Carius Cussids. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you, and a disbursal to your name. Yes, Balnor is north, Serdnine. The road passes Pelgier village and Fort Peligard, crosses a deep ravine and passes Fort Monmouth, then turns west across the Odai River and into Balmora. The South Wall Corner Club is in eastern Balmora, on the east side of the river. For more detailed directions, talk to Alone at the Scout at Errol's Trade House, here in Sadia Neen. But take my advice, you're new here. Take the Silt Strider to Balmora. Fast, cheap, and safe. Cross the bridge and head east. Can't miss it. I am a knight-errant of the Order of Ebonheart, and an Imperial emissary attached to the Census and Excess Office here in Sadia Neen. Oh yeah, Silt Striders carry passengers and cargo between settlements on Vardenfell. Fares depend on distance to be traveled. Silt Striders are giant insects. A compartment for passengers and cargo is hollowed from the creature's shell. The driver directs the beast by directly manipulating exposed organs and tissues. Silt Striders travel between Uldun, Balmor, Said, Neen, Saran, Nis, Malagmar, Margan, and North Landing near Vivek. Yes, report to Karis Casades in Balmora. I can't tell you where to find him, but you're to go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for him. Someone there could probably direct you to him.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he doesn't like me anymore.
I really don't have time for this, so make it quick.
Are you the one the boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive here at the time of the day. Hope the Imperials treated you.
I still think it's really loud. I mean, I love the music. I love you. Oh, I love that music.
That's unusual.
Grave Ring of Healing. That's nice. And water charging. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna go...
If I can help, I will, but don't take too much time.
Fair. I'm just gonna look for... a few things I remember. Now, technically, I know a couple of these quests, but, you know...
Let's hear it.
The problem is, I should try and play this like it's brand new for me. But the problem is it's way too...
You have something to say to
Welcome to Yrel's Trade House. I bought for goods or coin. I also have a small selection of spells for sale. No credit. You want a little advice? Well, that's free. That's all that's free. Would you like to hear about our most popular potions? Our most popular scrolls? What about some latest rumors? Oh, I heard that Hiskar upstairs is having some financial troubles. Can't seem to win a wager these days. Well, that's nice. A little advice? Well, if you want to live to a ripe old age, buy a weapon, and as much armor as you can wear and still run from trouble. Buy a spell or two. Practice your skills. Don't practice on citizens. We call that foul murder. We don't like it. But you can kill smugglers and bandits and other outlaws all you like. Outlaws have no rights. Plenty of adventurers make a living from killing and looting outlaws. That smuggler scum down at Masters, for instance. The cave down near the Silt Strider platform. Well, yes, practice on creatures and outlaws, and anyone who attacks you first.
When in doubt, run away, and if you attack a citizen by accident, don't kill him. Turn himself into a god, pay your fine, and clear your name, or people will treat you like an outlaw. Yes, vigor and vitality are our best-selling bargain items, restoring fatigue and health, respectively. Almcivi intervention and divine intervention transport you to the nearest temple or nearest imperial shrine. Good for routine or emergency transportation. Heartwise helps with persuasion. Summon skeleton minion brings help in a jiffy. And Drathus Winter Guests does a lot of damage at a touch. Handy to whittle a too tough opponent down to size. Cure common disease and cure blight disease potions are most popular with travelers. Fortify strength, endurance, speed, agility. They're all very helpful in combat. Fortify personality is popular with merchants and shy person. Of course, Fortify fatigue keeps you fighting at your best. Restore health and restore fatigue are perhaps our most popular items. And for a short burst of power during a fight, you can't beat a Grief, Sheen, Flynn, Bats, and Sejuma. Let's go ahead and do some barter. Alright. Some paper. Can have this book. Got a candlestick. Got a bigger candlestick. Got some baskets. Here's a bunch of bottles. Another bottle. Bowls. More bowls. Knife. Silver plate. I'm going to keep that lockpick. Here's some shoes. Can't even wear them. Okay. Will you do it for 87 gold? Okay. He'll do it for 85. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at the weapons. Ooh, Iron Halberd. Oh, can I? Yeah, I could probably buy that one. I love the spears in this game. Iron Spear. Imperial is Nordic is Iron's heavy. Okay. Alright, what spells do you sell? I only have 33 gold left, so nothing I can afford, although Spark would be a good thing to come back and buy. Okay. Goodbye. Alright, let's go ahead and throw on some... I don't think I can wear the boots now that I think about it. Nope, I can't. I guess I'm going to sell the boots back to him, and that was really stupid of me. Oh well, I got the... Whoops.
At least I got the rest of the outfit. I also don't think I can wear... Okay. I also don't think I can wear helmets. Okay. Alright, where's jump?
Quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Alright, there's jump. I'm now running and jumping until I... Ooh, mud crab. Let's go ahead and test my skills on a mud crab. Let's see how much of this game I've horribly lost. I gotta relearn the hitboxes. I can do this. Yay! I got this. I can do this. I can do this. I got this! I'm a champion! I guess. Dispose of corpse. Oh, that's very smart. So I can just get rid of the... Alright, let's kill these suckers up, get some money, and go buy that one spell. Here comes a rat. Oh, those little things. Fear me! Fear me in my pole arm of death! It also doesn't help that even though sometimes it's hitbox, it's also percentage based, so my skill will also say whether I hit. Yay! So even though I may be hitting the hitbox, I may not be hitting the, you know... Take everything. Hello, dead citizen. Oh. Thank you, Oxford, for helping me figure out how to play my favorite old game again. I hear you. I hear you. Where are you, you little crybaby? I hear you scream. Oxford, who is also a great author. I'll be doing his book soon. Over on Hitchcock Handyman. Also is the one who helped me figure out how to get Morrowind to work again. Oh, this is just nostalgia delight. You could judge me, but this was my first Elder Scrolls game. Let's see if I can get some of these fish to come. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Come on, you little whippersnapper fish. I'm on a leveling, what's it called? Wow. Joe, they were all the rage when you were a kid. They were in every freaking movie. Montage! Yeah, I do play a lot of modern... I don't really like playing a lot of modern games. They're just... I don't know, there's something about them. They're not really as fun. There's just so much... Like, I'll admit, I'll probably never have the joy I originally had when I played this game. Come on. I don't need all three of you at once. Oh, come on. You don't need to do that. Okay, kiting 3 fish at the same time may not be as easy to do as I thought. And all I need is my nostalgia trip to end. Well, actually, that would still be nostalgia dying horribly. Die, you student, you rat! I beat you with my stick. I know what I'm doing, I swear. Yay! Oh. Take everything. Come here, Mr. Mudcrab. Yay! We will clear the wilds of the wild things. Yes. Yeah, no, Monster Hunter is basically not changed much that I've noticed. Now, I wasn't a huge Monster Hunter player back in the day. Yay. And that's why I love spears, because they have the reach on them. But yes, no, I got sucked into... I started play like wanted to play them Monster Hunter when I was a kid. Just never really bought them, but it always looked really cool. Then I got older and I'm like, hey, I can buy it now. So I which one do I have? I don't remember. I'll have to look at it again. I think it's not the newest one. But yes, Monster Hunter hasn't really changed much of its formula. Oh my goodness, it's this one. I love this. I I believe I may have found the correct formula for the spell I am developing. With it, I will be able to travel great distances without the need to pay others for their service. If all goes well, I'll test out the new spell tomorrow. I believe I've worked out all the possible complications. It'll allow me to leap great distances, covering many hundreds of miles. Never before has one been able to travel in this manner, vaulting from the ground and sailing through the sky, all without the terrible disorientation of a spell of flying. The time is almost upon me. My research is finished, and all of my calculations are checked and rechecked. They laughed at me when I suggested this. We'll see who laughs after I leap to the top of their towers and scream out my success. I'm gonna take all your stuff. Alright. So I ran into this one when I was a kid, and I loved it. I loved it so much. So basically, he gives Scroll of Icarian Flight. It fortifies your acrobatic skill. Yeah, no, it's not Rise that I have. I think it is World. I'm mostly a PC player now. I played a mix of things back in the day. But yeah, basically the Scroll of Icarian Flight boosts your acrobatics by 1,000 points. So you fly up into the air with a giant jump. The only problem is the spell wears off before you hit the ground. So you have to use another scroll or you splat. And so that's the big problem with this spell, the Scroll of Icarian Flight. It's really fun to use once, and it'll get you to the other side of the island really quickly. This is the first time I've gotten... It's a random encounter quest. This is the first time I've gotten it so early. I'm not going to use it right now because it's like it's way too early to try and use it. Paid. So these people have not paid. I should probably return the tax records to the town, because that would be the nice and important thing to do. Yeah, or you can cast levitation before you hit the ground. That'll work too. And right now, I have neither spell. So it'll just end with me smashing into the ground and dying horribly. Which, while funny, and that is exactly what happened in my first my first time using the scrolls. It, you know, older and wiser and all that.
Any time now.
Murder of Processor Aurelius. Found his body, huh? Well, it's up to you to do what to do with that information. I suppose it's scarce in the sense it's an exercise of one to tell, if that's your inclination. Yeah, I'm gonna go be a good person.
Hurry this up, will you?
Yeah, he still hates me. The murder! Murdered? Oh, what a waste. Process was a good man. I've been wondering why he hadn't heard from him in a few days. Still, these are dangerous times we live in, and these sort of things will happen. Did you happen to find the tax money? Well, I hate to be so callous, but I do have a job to do. Yep, I found the 200 symptoms on his body. Oh, you did? How odd that he was murdered, but not robbed. Your honesty is appreciated. I can tell you that. I won't forget this. In fact, if you're looking for some money for yourself, I'd like to see the murderer Process punished. Killing an Imperial tax collector is punishable by death. Find his murderer, bring him to justice, and the Census and Excise office will pay you 500 septums. Fun. Yes, that's true. That is true. You could just grab the ring and run away. There's a lot of stuff like that in this game where you can find something like really powerful right off the bat.
What do you want?
Oh, I gotta go find out who murdered. We heard he was a good man and his murder should be revenge. Can you give me a little advice? Nobody's going to hold your hand in the Legion, in the Imperial cult. They just test your faith and your shoe leather. But here, your spirit gives you orders. You find out you're out of your depth. You're supposed to be smart enough to be patient, get some training, experience, and new equipment, and try it again later when you're better equipped. Little secret? Daedra? You know what they are, right? Well, Daedric shines, or where Daedra cults worship Daedra. Bad people summon bad Daedra. Stay away from them. Why? Because Daedra are nasty, and the folks that worship them, even nastier. How about some rumors? Well, at first, it seemed the fuss about the Nivarian prophecy was just silly superstition. Then I learned that Dunmer had been waiting for Lord Nevar to come back for centuries. The Incarnate, they call it. Every few years an Ashlander appears, and the tribes call him the Incarnate. Then the temple goes out, hunts him down, and reveals him as a fake. Why does the temple worry so much about it? Because it is the end of them all.
What?
Oh, yeah, I know. You still hate me.
This better be important.
Someone finally got him, huh? Well, it's no surprise, I suppose. No one likes a tax collector, especially one who flaunts his wealth while taking our hard-earned cash. Only one who could stomach him at all was Therve over in the lighthouse. Two of them spent some time together. Shame, really. She seemed like a nice woman.
Go ahead, stranger.
Ooh, the lighthouse. Okay. Let's go find out some information. Yeah, I think it's in Blacksmite. And no. There's a lot less of the care. Like, you'll find it randomly, but it's in passion projects. Welcome, strangers. There's some specific place you're looking for. Murder, Process Fletius. Process? Murdered? No, tell me it's not so. He was the gentlest man I've ever met. He and I became so close in the past few months, I don't know what I'll do without him. I've only seen him get angry once or twice, and he never raised a hand to anyone. This is so sad. Well, not even angry, I suppose. I saw him arguing once with Florian Glinth about his taxes. He thought Process had been levying too much and skimming off the top for himself. Well, ridiculous. Process wouldn't have done such a thing. I'm sure of it. Please find out what happened, friend, and if you find out what became Process's ring, it would ease my heart. I gave him that ring many months ago, and it was dear to him. I would like it to remember him by. Okay. I must not have it then.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Let's see, who? Florian Gilneth. Gilneth. My jump skill is so small. Yay! Acrobatic skill increased to 6. I'm now better at jumping. Let's see.
Speak quickly, Outlander,
No,
or
you're
go
not doing
away.
it. I'm leaving.
Make it quick, Outlander.
Let's hear it. What's this about?
If I can help, I will, but don't take too much time.
Foreign Gilneth. Where are you, Foreign Gilneth? Wait. Eldfire.
Make it quick, Outlander.
No, I refuse. I do what I want. Okay, wrong button.
Go ahead.
The fetcher? You're dang right I did him in. And a good thing, too. He was skimming a load of money from all us honest people. Overcharging us on our taxes and keeping the difference for himself. He's always flaunting his money around, showing off his new clothes and jewels. So I killed the bastard and left his body out there to rot, with all his getting gold still on him. You're one of them, huh? Come to kill me? Well, give it your best shot, Argonian. I have no problem spilling more blood at the Emperor's lackey.
Die, you're beaten.
You do, apparently. Aha, right in the face. Oh no, he knocked me down. No, dang it. He's not doing a lot of damage, but... See, do I have any... Okay, I'll help a little bit. This is gonna be a long fight. Punching mostly does damage against fatigue. I had too low a level for this. Getting my butt handed to me by a low-level NPC. You're annoying, you know that?
You inward.
Haha, I'm on top of your bed. Oh, dang it.
You will die.
That's only if I die, then I might grab some stuff. I'm very glad you know what? I've got a sword of Zappy.
There is no escape.
Hit him, dang it. My longsword skill is very crap. Alright, I'm just gonna sit here for a second, let my fortitude come back. This is not cheating. This is creative leveling. Do I have any? That'll help a bit. Do 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 do. He's not even wearing armor. I've played a lot of games of Morrowind. I don't know how many I played over the years. This is my first playing it on the computer, though. Ooh, drain, intelligence, and willpower. That's not great. I do like how you can wear a robe over top of armor. This is just going to be a little while of a fight. Okay, yeah, I miss wearing clothes and armor, and also having the different armors and bracers so you can mix and match and cast different spells on them and stuff like that. Or just the creation, the spell creation that Morrowind has was just light years. Yay! Let's go back to my halberd. Yay. Yay, mercantile skill increased. Oh, I should probably have read the book. A Dance in Fire, Chapter 6 by Warren Jareth. Decimus Scotty sat down, listening to Leotis Juris. The clerk would have believed how fat his could hardly believe how fat his former colleague and Lord Ortius's building commission had become. The piquant aroma of the roasted meat dish before Scotty melted away. All the other sounds and textures of Prithlith Hall vanished all around him, as if nothing else existed but the vast form of Joris. Scotty did not consider himself an emotional man, but he felt a tide flow over him at the sight and sound of the man whose badly written letters had been the guideposts that carried him from the Imperial City back in the early frost fall. "Where have you been?" Juris demanded again. "I told you to meet the Philesti weeks ago." "Oh, I was there weeks ago," Scotty stammered, too surprised to be indignant. "I got your note to meet you in Athe, and so I went there, but the Khajiit had burned it to the ground. Somehow I found my way with the refugees in another village, and someone there told me that you had been killed." "And you believe that right away?" Juris sneered. "Well, the fellow seemed very well informed about you. He was a clerk from Lord Vennick's building commission named Regulus, and he said that you had also suggested that he come down to Velenwood to profit from the war." "Oh yes," said Juris after thinking a moment. "I recall the name now. Well, it's good for business to have two representatives from Imperial building commissions here. We just need to all coordinate our bids, and it all should be well." "Well, Regulus is dead," said Scotty, "but I have his contracts from Lord Venrick's commission." "Well, even better," gasped Juris, impressed. "I never knew you were such a ruthless competitor, dear Mr. Scotty. Yes, this could certainly improve our position with the Sylvana. Have I introduced you to Basht here?" Scotty had only been dimly aware of the Bosmer's presence at the table with Juris, which was surprising given that the Mir's girth nearly equaled his dining companion. The clerk nodded to Bast coldly, still numb and confused. It had not left his mind that only an hour earlier Scotty had intended to petition the Sylvanar for safe passage through the border back to Cyrodiil. The thought of doing business with Juris after all, of profiting from Velenwood war with Elsewhere, and now the second one with the Somerset Isle, seemed like something happening to another person. "Your colleague and I were talking about the Sylvanar," said Bast, putting down the leg of mutton he'd been gnawing on. "I don't suppose you heard about his nature." "A little, but nothing very specific. I got the impression that he's very important and very peculiar." "Well, he's a representative of the people, legally, physically, and emotionally," explained Juris, a little annoyed at his new partner's lack of common knowledge. "When they're healthy, so is he. When they're mostly female, well, so is he. And when they cry for food or trade or an absence of foreign interference, he feels it too, and makes laws accordingly. In a way, he's a despot, and he's the people's despot." "That sounds," said Scotty, searching for the appropriate word, "like bunk." "Well, perhaps it is," shrugged Bass.
but he has many rights as the voice of the people, including the granting of foreign building and trade contracts. It's not important whether you believe us. Just think of the Sylvanar as being like one of your mad emperors, like Pelagius. The problem facing us now is that since Valenwood is being attacked on all sides, the Sylvanar's aspect is now one of distrust and fear of foreigners. That one hope of his people, and thus of the Sylvanar himself, is that the Emperor will intervene and stop the war. Well, will he? Said Scotty. You know as well as we do that the Emperor has not been himself lately. Juris helped himself to Regulus's satchel and pulled out the blank contracts. Who knows what he'll choose to do or not do? The reality is not our concern, but these blessings from the late good Sir Regulus make our job much simpler. They discussed how they would represent themselves to the Sylvanar to the evening. Scotty ate continuously, but not nearly as much as Jarus had bathed. When the sun had begun to rise in the hills, its light reddening through the crystal walls of the tavern, Jarus and Bass left to the rooms of the palace, granted to them diplomatically in lieu of an actual immediate audience with the Sylvanar. Scotty went to his own room. He thought about staying up a little longer to ruminate over Joras's plans and see what might be the flaw in them, but upon touching the cool, soft bed, he immediately fell asleep. The next afternoon, Scotty awoke, feeling himself again. In other words, quite timid. For several weeks now, he had been a creature bent on mere survival. He had been driven to exhaustion, attacked by several jungle beasts, starved, nearly drowned, and forced into discussion of ancient Aldemari poetical works. The discussions he had with Juris and Baths about how to dupe the Sylvanar to signing their contracts seemed perfectly reasonable then. Scotty dressed himself in his old battered clothes and went downstairs in search of food and a peaceful place to think. "Oh, you're up," cried Bath upon seeing him. "We should go to the palace now." "Now?" whined Scotty. "Look at me. I need new clothes. This isn't the one way to dress to pay a call on a prostitute, let alone the voice of the people of Valenwood. I haven't even bathed." "Oh, you must cease from this moment being a clerk and become a student of mercantile trades, Leonis," Juris grandly, taking Scotty by the arm and leading him into the sunlit boulevard outside. "The first rule is to recognize what you represent to the prospective client, and what angle best suits you. You cannot dazzle him with opulent fashion and professional bearing, my dear boy, and it would be fatal if you attempted to. Trust me on this. Several others beside Baths and I are guests at the palace, and they have made the air of being far too eager, too formal, and too ready for business. They'll never be granted an audience with the Sylvanar, but we have remained aloof ever since the initial rejection. I've dallied about the court, spread my knowledge of life in the imperial city, and had my ears pierced, attended promenades, eaten and drunk of all that was given to me. I dare say I've even put on a pound or two. The message we sent is clear. It is in his, not our, best interest to meet." "Our plan worked," added Bast. "When I told his minister that our imperial representative had arrived, and that we were at last willing to meet with the Sylvanar this morning, we were told to bring you there straight away." "Well, aren't we late then?" asked Scotty. "Oh, very," laughed Jarius. "But that's again part of the angle we're representing. Benevolent disinterest. Remember not to confuse the Sylvanar with conventional nobility. His is the mind of the common people. When you grasp that, you'll understand how to manipulate him." Juris spent the last several minutes of the walk through the city expounding on his theories about what Valenwood needed, how much and at what price. They were staggering figures, far more construction and far higher costs than anything Scotty had been used to dealing with. He listened carefully. All around them, the city of Sylvanar revealed itself, glass and flower, roaring winds and beautiful inertia, and when they reached the place of the palace of the Sylvanar, Decimus Scotty stopped, stunned. Juris looked at him for a moment and then laughed. "It's quite bizarre, isn't it?" That it was. A frozen scarlet burst of twisted, uneven spires as if a rival sun rising. A blossom the size of a village, where courtiers and servants resembled nothing as much as insects, walking about it sucking its ether. Entering over a bent petal-like bridge, the three walked through the palace of unbalanced walls, where the partitions bent close together and touched. There was a shaded hall, or small chamber, where they walked away from one another. There was a courtyard. There were no doors anywhere, no way to get to the Sylvanar but by crossing through the entire spiral of the palace, through meetings and bedrooms and dining halls, past dignitaries, consorts, musicians, and many guards. "It's an interesting place," said Bass, "but not very much privacy. Of course, that suits the Sylvanar well." When they reached the inner corridors, 2 hours after they first entered the palace, Guards brandishing blades and bows stopped them. We have an audience with the Sylvanar, said Jurius patiently. This is Lord Decimus Scotti, the Imperial representative. One of the guards disappeared down the winding corridor, and returned moments later with a tall, proud bossamer, clad in a loose robe of patchwork leather. He was the Minister of Trade. The Sylvanar wishes to speak with Lord Decimus Scotti alone. It was not the place to argue, or to show fear, so Scotti stepped forward, not even looking toward Juris and Boss. He was certain they were showing their masks of benevolent indifference. Following the minister into the audience chamber, Scotti recited to himself all the facts and figures Juris had presented to him. He willed himself to remember the angle and the image that he must project. The audience chamber of the Sylvanar was an enormous dome, where the walls bent from bowl-shaped at the base inward to almost meet at the top. A thin ray of sunlight streamed through the fissure hundreds of feet above, and directly upon the Sylvanar, who stood upon a puff of shimmering grey powder. For all the wonder of the city and the palace, the Sylvanar himself looked perfectly ordinary, an average, blandly handsome, slightly tired-looking, extraordinary wood-elf, of the type one might see in any capital in the Empire. It was only when he stepped from the dais that Scotti noticed an eccentricity in his appearance. He was very short. I had to speak with you alone, said the Sylvanar in a voice quite common and unrefined. May I see your papers? Scotti had handed him the blank contracts from Lord Vennick's building commission. The Sylvanar studied them, running his fingers over the embossed seal of the Emperor, before handing them back. He suddenly seemed very shy, looking to the floor. There are many charlatans at my court who wish to benefit from the wars. I thought you and your colleagues were among them, but those contracts are genuine. Yes, they are, said Scotti calmly. The Sylvanar's conventional aspect made it easy for Scotti to speak, with no formal greetings and no deference, exactly as Juris had instructed. It seems most sensible to begin straight away talking about the roads which need to be rebuilt, and then the harbours that the Altamir have destroyed, and then I can give you my estimates on the cost of resupplying and renovating trade routes. Why hasn't the Emperor seen fit to send a representative when the war with Elsewhere began, 2 years ago? Asked the Sylvanar glumly. Scotti thought a moment before replying of all the common bosmer he'd met in Valenwood, the greedy, frightened mercenaries who had escorted him from the border, the hard-drinking revelers and expert pest-exterminating archers in the western coast of Fallen City, nosy old Mother Pascot and Hablesump, Captain Belfix, the poor, sadly reformed pirate, the terrified but hopeful refugees of Athe and Grinos, the mad, murderous, self-devouring wild hunt of Vendici, the silent, dour boatman hired by Griff Malin, the degenerate, gasping Bass, and one creature represented their total disposition, and that of many more throughout the province. What would be his personality? Scotti was a clerk, by occupation and by nature, instinctively comfortable categorying and filing, making things fit into a system. If the soul of Valenwood were to be filed, where would it be put? The answer came upon him almost before he posed himself the question. Denial. I'm afraid that question doesn't interest me, said Scotti. Now can we get back to the business at hand? All afternoon, Scotti and the Sylvanar discussed the pressing needs of Valenwood. Every contract was filled and signed. So much was required, and there were so many costs associated, that addendums and codicils had to be scribbled into the margins of the papers, and those had to be re-signed. Scotti maintained his benevolent indifference, but he found that dealing with the Sylvanar was not quite the same as dealing with a simple sullen child. The voice of the people knew certain practical everyday things very, very well. The yields of fish, the benefits of trade, the condition of every township and forest in his province. Well, we will have a banquet tomorrow night to celebrate this commission, said the Sylvanar at last. Well, best make it tonight, replied Scotti. We should leave for Cyrodiil with the contracts tomorrow, so I'll need a safe passage to the border. We'd best not waste any more time. Agreed, said the Sylvanar, and called for his Minister of Trade to put a seal on the contracts and arrange for the feast. Scotti left the chamber and was greeted by Bast and Juris. Their faces showed the strain of maintaining the illusion of unconcern for too many hours. As soon as they were out of sight of the guards, they begged Scotti to tell them all, and when he showed them the contract, Bast began weeping with delight. Anything about the Sylvanar that surprised you, said Juris? I hadn't expected him to be half my height. Was he? Jurius looked mildly surprised. He must have shrunk since I tried to have an audience with him earlier. Maybe there's something to all that nonsense about him being affected by the plight of his people. Yeah, no, the magic of Skyrim was very, very lackluster. Whoops. I didn't mean to sleep for a day. Oh well, I needed it. Alright, first, let's go return that ring. Oh, I should probably put my weapon away. There's a lot of things, sadly, in Skyrim that was a disappointment to me. The magic system in that game was very... To say lackluster would be lackluster. Oh, you found the ring I gave him. Thank you so much. It's good to have something to remember him by. Though, I'll never see him again. Here, take this. He usually traveled with a couple when he was doing his job, but he didn't take this last time. If only he had. Yay, health potions!
I'm waiting.
Yay!
I really don't have time.
Yes, I know you hate me.
What's this regarding?
I heard that you've been asking around for his murder. I'm glad to see this matter brought to its completion. Here's a reward. Joe the Mask, good to see you steal some citizens who understand their loyalty to our Emperor. And 500 gold pieces.
Hurry this up, will you?
Yay! Oh, it's locked.
My patience is limited.
Barter! I have a bunch of stuff for you. Read that one. Hold on to that for now. Yes, he does have quite a few nice scroll vitality, vigor, argent glow. That's a nice one. That's very expensive though. Some skeleton. That's a nice one. That's going to be helpful. One of those. And then I do want a couple of his spells. There, so I can start learning some magic. And leveling up some magic. Hello.
Make it quick, Outlander.
Alright. Okay. I think that's good enough for today. Oh, I've been running around for a few hours. My roommates are going to be back soon, and there's going to be tons of noise soon. So, thank you very much for hanging out. It was good talking to you. And may you have a wonderfully blessed day. Do 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 do